And welcome back to another episode of Convos with Your Mom's Favorites with hosts Moe and Greg. I am Moe.
I'm Greg.
And we are back. We are back with another episode for who?
The people.
The people. Uncle G, how are you?
I'm good, nephew. How are you doing?
I am doing good. I am hot. I am hot.
Really? This not to me.
Yes.
To me, this was a good day.
No, not just today.
Oh, no. I know.
Just in general, I am hot.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm hot. I don't know.
And it's not even hot yet. But
I know. It's not even. We haven't even gotten here yet.
We haven't even gotten hot yet. It's supposed to get worse as the week goes. You hooked up your ACs and stuff?
Yes. ACs are hooked up, plugged in.
Yeah.
Timers are always set, so they come right on.
Yeah, you know it.
So that by the time I get home, like when I got home, I told you I went to a wedding over the weekend. When I got home from the wedding, my room was a very crisp 62 degrees.
Yeah, there you go.
A very crisp 62 degrees. It was beautiful.
See, now for me, that would be cold. That would be cold. I would have to come in and say, all right, I got to turn this off for a little while.
You know, it was great. It's wonderful. It's awesome. But we are here to talk about things and stuff.
And stuff
and
and things.
stuff and things.
Yep.
And things and stuff.
Like we do.
Right. And just really quick, we were talking about it briefly beforehand. If you have not gone to see Bad Boys 4, please do yourself a favor and go see that movie. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
One, it made you forget all about the slap.
Yes. Thank God. I was
Through the slap, like no one cares anymore.
Good.
No one. Not a single person cares. That showed because it is killing in the box office.
Is it really?
Yes.
They already had said that. They said this was going to be the movie that was going to start off and even save the summer.
Yes,
the summer.
Absolutely. And it is doing that because I
movies.
think they're already, if not there already, they are close to $1 billion already.
Oh, man. Oh, I got to go see that. I was thinking about it today, so I got to go. People are going to see it on bus rides, man.
Yes.
This building I know where, well, it's a senior building.
Okay.
But they took a busload of seniors today, and that's what they went to see.
I mean, it's an incredible movie. Martin Lawrence is hysterical.
Is he really?
Yes, hysterical. It is very much giving comic view Martin Lawrence what he channeled for this movie.
Okay. I gotta go. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going.
Yeah. It's a spectacular film.
Maybe tomorrow.
It was really good. Go for it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed.
All right.
You will not be disappointed. And if you are disappointed, let me know it. I will refund your ticket.
Really? Is that good?
I stand that firmly on it.
If you say it's good, I'm gone. I'm there. I'm there.
That movie was incredible.
All right.
I would almost, like, if I didn't have to work tomorrow, I'd go with you to see it again.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'd go with you to see it again. That movie was really good, man. Really, really good. So that just recently came out. But also, last night, as we are recording this, season 2 of House of the Dragon premiered.
Yes.
And
what'd you think?
Let me just say, before we even get into the show, how much I love the intro.
I thought. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness! The music
is
that's one of the most iconic intros to a TV show.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
And because the fact that I was kind of worried, right? When House of the Dragon premiered, I was like, oh man, like Game of Thrones is over. I'm never going to get to hear that again. That theme song again. And then when episode 1, when season 1, episode 1 premiered, and they were still using the exact same theme song, I was good. I was good. And I'm like, because this song is just incredible. It immediately sucks you right into the world.
Takes you right back.
It takes you right back.
Takes you right back.
It takes you right back. And this episode took you right back because we started off in Winterfell, and it was just so great to go back to Winterfell.
Oh my God. That was such a, and they had so many, and even just that I don't know how long the scene was, but even in that scene, they had so many good lines.
Yes,
they had so many good lines. I know there was the line that stuck out to me. He said, he was talking about how he said, well, why would you build this big giant? Why would your ancestors build this? He said, what are you trying to keep out? And we know what they're trying to keep out.
Yes, we know.
And he looks out at the thing, he looks out at and then he looks back at him, he says, death. I was like, yep, that's
pretty much
it. That was it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That is pretty much it.
And it took you back to Game of Thrones. You said, oh, wait a minute, are we going to see the...
Are we gonna get some White Walker action?
Yeah.
I don't want to, because this is its own thing.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. Let's differentiate ourselves. We're already doing a great job of differentiating ourselves with the sheer amount of dragons that we see.
Yeah.
In this series.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Queen Rhaenyra. Long may she reign.
That's my wife's favorite character. She's like,
she is mine.
That's my girl.
She is mine.
That's my girl.
I was reading, they were saying that this season is going to make you question which side you're going to defend. Mm-hmm. There is nothing that you can say and or do to make me go against Queen Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
Never in a million years.
Never.
That is my queen.
It is not. That's not even an option.
It's not an option. That is my queen. That is my queen.
I am team Rhaenyra.
Always. Always. Forever.
From the beginning.
From the very beginning.
From the
very beginning.
Anybody else is a usurper of the throne.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And that's literally what is happening right now as we come back.
Yeah, exactly.
The throne has been usurped because Alicent is just like, you know what? She misheard. She misunderstood. Mm-hmm. She wasn't there. She never got to go see. She never went to go see the dragon grave where they kept all like the dragon heads. She never got to hear the song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, she never got that.
She never got that. So of course you're gonna think if a man is senile on his deathbed, starts talking about the song of Ice and Fire, of course you're gonna think she's talking about your son.
Yeah.
And not his daughter.
Not his daughter.
And I'm like, all right, y'all really tried it. Y'all really tried it.
They're doing everything they can to justify that.
Yeah, they trying hard to justify it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. Not gonna happen.
Now, don't get me wrong, y'all got some powerful stuff because you do have the biggest dragon
ever. Yes.
Ever.
But you're putting all your eggs in that basket.
All.
You're putting all your eggs in that basket.
All of the eggs in that basket.
And from what I'm seeing in just a little teaser previews, I don't know. The very first episode is very clear on having the biggest dragon ever. Mm-hmm.
Is not a problem, bro. You have the biggest dragon ever, but the queen's husband was still able to get into King's Landing.
Yep.
And cause havoc and chaos.
That's right.
Also, shout out to Damon, off the prince. He is just. Your wife said, "I need Aemon Targaryen.
Yeah.
I want him.
Yeah.
I gotta have him."
Yeah.
He said, "You got it.
You got it.
You got it."
He didn't even wait.
He didn't wait.
He didn't wait. She's just like,
he didn't question what exactly that meant.
How do you want
me to get him alive or dead?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? He was just like, nah, all right, cool.
All right, I got
you said you want him, I'll get him for you.
Yep.
I'll get him for you.
Yep. He said, I got a plan.
Yes.
He's like,
now, unfortunately, his plan kind of took a left.
Yeah, it took a extreme left.
It took a left because he didn't quite source the right people to get the job done.
Nah, they were buffoons.
Um,
Or no. They weren't buffoons. They just weren't listening.
yeah, they weren't listening.
They were not listening.
They weren't listening.
Yeah.
They got the wrong. They did cause damage.
Yep.
Because you for sure just stopped the line right there.
That's it.
You definitely cut that off at the head right there. But that's not who she wanted.
Nah, that's not who she wanted.
It's not who she wanted. And it was funny. Dudes, I don't even know like what character he played, but when they were having the council, the private council in the beginning, and Allison was like, has she not returned any of my letters? Have any of my letters, have all of my letters gone unanswered? Dude looked at her and said, the one apologizing for killing her son? Like, hell, sis, you really thought
Yeah, come on.
you was going
get a reply.
You was going to kill her son and then send her a letter, and then she was going to be like, you know what? You're right.
You're right. I understand.
I understand. Yeah.
Like she was like, I get it. I understand.
Like you was expecting a lot to come from these letters, because like you was expecting her to just understand that her son is gone and that he ain't never coming back.
Ain't coming back.
You expected her to just quit this whole crusade, and to bend the knee.
Exactly, and to bend the knee and say, all right. You know what? I understand. Yeah. You guys are in charge.
Like, you know what?
Now.
You're in charge. This is what he wanted. This is what he said on his deathbed. I believe you. I'm sorry. I must have been going crazy. I don't know what is going on here. But you're right. You're right.
And we used to be friends.
We used to be friends. Let's just go back to being friends. Let's just, kiss and make up. Put this water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. All of this is, yes, water under the bridge. Just water under the bridge.
My son is dead. Your son is king. Who cares?
Who cares? Who cares? Please, bro. Like, please.
She just
like, fam, I stopped liking Allison. I understand that her father is the one who put her up to it, right? When she started dating, when she went to Viserys's bedchambers, and like became his wife, I was like, oh, I stopped liking that moment.
Really?
Right
That's
there.
when you stopped liking her?
Right there, that moment. Because then you expect to still be my friend.
Yeah. After you're my friend and my mother.
Right. Like you still want to be my friend after you've betted my father.
Yeah.
And this all happened. She didn't tell her right away.
Nope.
She had to find out publicly. Fam, you still ain't no way in the world you could possibly expect us to still be cool.
We cannot be cool anymore.
And that's fine, because she not cool.
No.
She not trying to,
Nah, not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. She's just like, nah.
She's like, this is beyond reconciliation. There's nothing you
I
can
need
do.
Aemon Targaryen. I need his head.
She didn't even say, and she didn't even ask for a body part. She just said, I need. She just said, I need
Aemon Targaryen. I need him. Aegon Targaryen.
Yeah, Aegon. She said, I need Aegon Targaryen. And then just walked away.
And then walked off.
Walked off.
And I'm like, fam, you are her. You are just the epitome of queen, because you took your moment to grieve.
Yep, she grieved. And when she finally established that her son was really dead.
It's going to be a problem. It's going to be even more of a problem, because I was doing some research and some reading. I found out that Rhaenyra's dragon, her son's dragon, was Rhaenyra's dragon's name is Syrax. Syrax's child was the dragon that was eaten. So they were both grieving mothers.
So that's why that
scene was happening like that.
Oh my God.
They were both grieving parents.
So not only she grieved because she finally realized that her son was dead, and now the other dragon smells that this is my child.
This is my child that is now gone too.
Oh heck.
Problems.
So, yeah, that's
problems and troubles.
Yeah, that's
and man, grief is a thing, because when her son walked in,
Oh man, that
and
that kind of messed me up.
He was trying his hardest.
He was trying to
keep on a brave face,
and he broke.
When that boy broke, my heart broke for him.
Yeah, mine too. I was like,
yeah, because I understand you got a duty that is your queen, but that is also your mother,
and your
brother is
gone.
Your brother is gone.
Nah, that was like
that scene. It broke my heart for him.
Yeah,
because I've had come on, grief is a thing. We've all had those moments where you walk in the room, trying to be okay,
with it, and you're trying to keep on a brave.
You're trying to put on a brave face, but then it's honestly you see the right person, and you just fall apart
to pieces. It's like
you just fall right apart.
Yeah. Especially when you know that person,
is
regardless of whatever it is you're feeling, is feeling 10 times that.
Yes.
And you kind of like, and they both did what they both needed to do. They needed to really, really let that out.
Yes. They didn't remain strong.
Nah, they was like,
it was immediate. Hey, we need to just console each other.
Yeah. That was another powerful scene.
Yeah, it was very powerful scene. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
For the season.
Yeah.
And what it's going to bring.
Yeah.
I've been avoiding because I've also been seeing a lot on social media the book reading of what's supposed to happen this season.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I've been avoiding that because I don't want to know what's going to happen before I watch it on TV.
Yeah. No, me neither.
I don't want to know what's going to happen before I watch it on TV.
I want the surprise.
Yes. I want to be watching it and just continue to be in shock and awe with each passing episode.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because House of the Dragon is back. Summer TV
has officially begun.
And is kicking off with a bang.
Yes. This was a good week.
It was a good week.
This was a good week.
If you are a fan of television,
yeah,
you have had a good week because we got not one, not two, but three episodes of The Boys.
Oh my God.
And from the very first, this is one of the greatest television shows.
Oh man, every time I watch it. Every time I watch it, I just sit and I just fathom like what a great show.
What a great show.
What a great show this is. And how they and then what great performers they got.
Yes, great actors all around.
Yeah.
For every role. They keep every new addition falls right in.
Yes.
And they keep up they keep up the appearance, they keep up the quality of the show that we have been getting since the very first season.
Yeah.
I was sad when I saw that season 5 is going to be the last season of The Boys.
I was like, oh man.
I was like, crap.
Season 5 is going to be it.
But then again, season 6 might actually be taking place in real life. Because if we're being honest, if you look at The Boys, right? The Boys is The Boys is a TV show that puts a mirror up to the United States of America.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And it's very much, especially this season.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This season is very much,
especially this season.
It is very much what is going on, in the world.
Yeah.
Because it's like, bro, you think all the people that are supposed to be out here, that they're supposed to be your heroes, they're supposed to be they're supposed to be infallible, they're supposed to be doing all of these great things, but then you find out just how screwed up they really are.
And that is the essence of why I like this show.
Yes.
Because it's like you're watching it and you always ask yourself the question, should people have superpowers?
No. And then you could even here is how I twisted it, right?
Uh-huh.
Superheroes. You replace heroes with stars.
Yeah. These are not these are not superheroes.
No, I'm talking about like in real life when you're putting up the mirror. Like instead of superheroes, we got superstars.
Yep.
Who you think are just perfectly clean, but when in all actuality, they just have a really good PR team.
That's it. You are absolutely right, because again, it's all about, even with the boy in the series, it's always been about public relations.
Yes.
And not having the appearance of being a hero. You really weren't. It's not like they were out there saving the world or making the world a better place. They everything that they do has been for Vought and for themselves.
And for themselves. That's all it is. You're finding out more this season just how staged it all is.
That was crazy.
Because even your first save.
Yeah. I was like, your first save.
Your first save is something that was rehearsed.
Yeah.
It's not genuine. It's not like.
And then the people don't know this, because then you find out that A-Train, when that scene with A-Train and his brother, and his brother and A-Train is hanging out with his brother's sons or his nephews. And his brother says, "You want me to tell her?" He said, "All that stuff that you do," he said, "all of that is staged."
It's all staged.
He said, "It's all staged." He said, "I was there for your first save."
And it's like, fam, you just
like, and the sons didn't know. The sons didn't know. They were like,
for real?
For real? He's like, yeah. He's like, all that stuff is staged.
It's all staged. It's all staged. It's all fake. It's all to sell. It's all to sell merch. It's all for the bottom dollar. It is all for money.
For money.
It's a money grab.
Oh my.
All it is a money grab.
And you just and every season, you get more insight as to just how, and they're all like messed up in the head.
All of them.
But Homelander. Homelander is the most interesting of them, because he starts to believe his own hype.
Yes.
But and because of that, the danger in that is that when you start believing your own hype, believing your crap don't stink, or believing and really start believing that the people love you, because he does have that thing. He's got to be loved. He's got to be loved. He's got to. He's loved.
Quintessential narcissist.
Yes, he is. He might as well have a big N on his chest. That's his superpower. He's a super narcissist.
He's a super narcissist.
And that is dangerous.
Very dangerous. Because he's a narcissist who can't be touched.
Yes.
Who can't be touched.
And to the point where it's like he's forcing, trying not to seem like he's forcing, but he's forcing his son in on the same game.
Yes.
Because there were like some really interesting scenes, dynamics between, and you see his son trying. His son now again is not like A-Train's nephews. His son is on the inside.
Yes.
And seeing all of this, and now you're trying to bring him in, and he's thinking moving from the outside looking in to being on the inside, and he's finding out that all of these people are so truly, truly demented and screwed up, and that his father is kind of like, and he's trying not to think like that, but he's looking at his father, because his father is like the biggest one out of all of them. It's what there's a scene where his father is like, because it's all about appearances, and they're before the crowd, and they're introducing the new team,
the new seven,
and he looks at him, and his son was like not smiling because he's not happy about all this stuff, and matter of fact, he just killed a guy,
and he's like, smile,
smile right now, and I was like, oh.
Because he needed to, because the camera
was rolling,
and the reactions on people's faces were reflecting what they were seeing in him. And it's great, because it's like he's having this conflict within himself. One, because he is a superhero, yes, but he was raised to have a conscience and a heart because his mother raised
him, and not
his father.
And Homelander is trying to kill that.
Yes, and he's trying to make him just like him. And I think that part is what he's trying to do for his son is great when you think about the moment Homelander had with what's his face, Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
From last season, finding out that Soldier Boy
was his father,
was Homelander's father, and just how disappointed Soldier Boy was in Homeland. Like he told, like, bro, he looked you in your face and was like, "I'm sorry, I wasn't here to raise you because you are such a wussy."
Yeah. And it's only because, and what really makes him a wussy is because, again, well, in their eyes, is because of this. Because even someone of his personas even said that to him. He says, "You still have that love thing,
yes,
where you got to be loved," and they're like, "You don't need that." And because here it is, he tells his son, he's like, "These are our playthings." He refers to humans like they're not like us. He said, they're our playthings. They're our toys. We shouldn't care. We should not care
about them.
What happens to them.
Yeah.
And his son is having to deal with all that because, again, he's brought up by his mother, so he's brought up with a conscience, and he's on the outside. And now he's moving from being on the outside looking in to being on the inside of the madhouse.
Yes.
And he's seeing all the madness going on, and he's like, "But I don't want to do this." And his father's like, "No, this is what you're going to do."
Yes, and he's forcing it. I'm waiting for the day because I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Where he decides, nah,
I'm not doing this.
I'm gonna get up and do my thing. Yeah. Like I'm gonna get up and like he gonna pull a James Brown, and I'm gonna get up and do my thing now. And like that whole thing's gonna, it's gonna be incredible to watch.
It's gonna be real ugly because, again, it's going to be. Who's your favorite new character?
What's the black lady?
You talking about not why can't I think of her name?
What's the black lady? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get her name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get her name because
she's the smartest woman in the smartest.
The smartest person in the world. People keep saying the smartest woman, but she corrects them each and every time.
I am the smartest
person in the world. Oh my goodness, what is her name? Sister Sage. Sister Sage is my favorite. Why? Because she's the only one crazy enough, and she doesn't have them, but she's the only one with the balls to stand up to Homelander and say to him exactly what he may not want to hear.
Yeah.
Like she's not a yes man at all. Not in the slightest.
Not even a little. And he even though he claims that that's what he wants, is somebody who's not a yes man. That's not. And his narcissism is saying, she's going to be a problem.
She's going to be a problem. He's not going to. This is going to fade very quickly. Very quickly.
I don't think. I'm wondering if she'll make the whole season.
I hope so.
Because having her around is interesting because she's the manipulator. She is the master manipulator, and she's, you know what? She's kind of like what was Giancarlo's character's name? Giancarlo.
I can get that for you.
Yeah, get pull that up real quick. But she is like him times 1,000.
1,000. Yes.
Because
she has that brain.
Yes. And she knows everybody. She's able to pull everybody's weakness out.
Yes.
And speak to that.
His name is Stan Egger. Yes.
She is him multiplied 1,000.
By 1,000.
And she is making them dance, man. She is making them dance. And it's just a matter of time before Homelander's like he's not a sharer.
Yet not at all.
He's not going to share his power or share his position with her, and she's going to be the one who's really going to be calling the shots.
Yes, and that has never been. Homelander has never been okay with someone else calling the shots,
because up until now, he's always thought he was the smartest person in the room. And
then he quickly found out.
Yeah.
That is not true.
Nah.
He is not the smartest person in the room.
Nah.
And that there is someone who is better than him doing what he wants.
Yes.
with much more ease. Because even what she did with the Deep,
yes,
with how she was able to put a battery in his back to snap at old girl.
Yeah.
I was like, fam, because I'm sitting there, I was like, bro, why are you taking this from him?
Yeah.
Like, why are you taking this from her?
Yeah. And she
like you are the superhero. But then when Sister Say said that to him and that elevated and he thought about it and that light bulb clicked.
Yeah, he's like
he was like, you know what? You are right.
Yeah. And I'm wondering now if we're going to see a change in the Deep. Because up until now,
we've already started.
Up until now, he's been kind of like a lightweight character, pretty much a kiss ass.
Yes.
Yeah, he's been really lightweight and just falling at everybody's feet. And then now she's telling him, dude, you're better than that.
Oh, I think that was definitely the beginning of like he's gonna start pushing limits.
Yeah.
Like because of how quickly he was able to get that whole thing switched in like one conversation, he's gonna start just pushing limits and pushing limits and pushing limits.
And she's gonna start pushing him even more because now she's found out just how easy
it is.
It is to push him.
Yeah.
Just how easy she's like, all right, I already got this clown made. He's like, I can do to him what Homelander was doing to him and take it to a whole nother level.
She's
like, Homelander wasn't doing nothing with him. She's
nothing.
Like, I am going to make him a foil to all of them.
Yes.
Because when it's like really, and every so often they do something that'll shock you, like when there's can't even repeat it, but the scene where they were at the meeting, it was a small table meeting, and Homelander looks at them and he says, I'm tired. He said, I'm so tired of you, of having yes men and sycophants all around me. And he looks at the Deep and he says,
He looked at him and he was like, hey, you handle him over there.
Yeah. And
he got up.
He actually got up to go
do it. To go do it.
And what's really interesting in all of that is he got up to go do it, and A-Train was going to let him.
He was going to let him.
Because Homelander said so.
Right.
I was like, you know what? You got to kill me.
You'd have to. You'd have to.
You got to kill me.
And if I'm A-Train, you going to have to kill me, right?
Yeah.
But you're going to have to catch me first.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to have to catch me first.
You're going to have to catch me, and if I didn't run before, I'm running big time.
Running now. Especially now that he got a new heart.
Yeah. I was like, nah, you not.
I'm like, man.
Nah.
And I even like that contrast, right? Because A-Train was just going along to get along for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't until he killed the racist.
Yes.
And got the heart from the racist.
Yeah.
Now he has a heart.
Yeah.
And is growing a conscience and is like, you know what? These people need to. He is starting to understand these people need to be stopped. And if someone doesn't stop them, they can't continue to do what they're doing unchecked.
And I think also what's also happening with him is the fact of what happened with his brother.
Yes.
That scene that made a big difference. What happened with his brother, and then what happened before with his nephews, because that meant a lot to him. Because his nephews, of course, they worshipped him,
right?
They idolized him, and now to find out that he's not who he says he is, and they're kind of like turning their back. The whole family thing is turning their back on, and he's like, what else do I have?
What else do you have?
So these people have taken everything from me, and they've made me kind of like a joke, which is probably what she's going to what Sister Sage would use against him. She said, it made you a joke.
Because I'm sure she saw that.
Oh yeah.
When Homelander's fans, his biggest fans, came to see him, and he handed them bats and said, "Kill them."
Yes.
Like his hesitation, made sure to note that she looked at him and saw his hesitation to just blindly follow.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this right here, this is gonna come back somewhere later down the line.
And matter of fact, he even A-Train had worked with her before, and he even dismissed her. As a joke. He said, "So why are we bringing her in?"
Right, because again, all she has
is
all she has going for her is being
the
smartest person on earth.
But you think about it from the and then you got to think about it from another perspective, that you think that what is real power? Is real power being able to knock down buildings and fly and stuff, or is real power being able to manipulate the people who can do that kind of stuff?
That's what it is.
That's
the power right there.
That's power.
That's the power right
there. I ain't gotta fly.
I don't have to.
I'll tell you to fly.
Right. I will make you fly, and you gonna do it.
And you gonna do it.
And I'm gonna just sit back and watch it happen.
Yeah.
And just enjoy this nice ice cold drink. While y'all all just out there doing my bidding, I don't have to lift a finger, break a sweat, do nothing.
Nothing. So I was really interested in when I found out her character, and I started watching how she was moving around. And she even told him, because he brought her out to the front, she said to him, part of my being here is to be in the background. Behind the scenes.
But that part, I will give Homelander, because he may not be the smartest person in the world. He's not stupid either.
Yeah.
And bringing her to the forefront, it puts her in the limelight.
Okay.
So she can't move as freely and easily against him.
Yeah.
Like, he's fortifying himself and having her pushed to the front.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you could do what you got to do, but don't forget you in the front now too. So people know who you are. So plausible deniability for you
is done.
It's done.
Done.
It's done. So now she has to be very careful, very selective in what she does.
And how she does
it. Because everyone knows now. You may not have been on the radar before. Homelander put you on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, he made you
visible. He made you visible.
Your part of your power is being able to be invisible.
Yes.
Being able to be, because again, you walk into a room, and that's why she never wanted to wear a superhero suit,
because she could just walk into
a room and nobody knows she's there.
Nope.
Hey,
with the simple ease that she started the riot against the Starlights and Homelander's people, like with the simple ease of throwing a coffee, and then backing up and letting
the chips fall
where they may.
Yeah.
You can't do that now if everybody knows you're in the 7.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be on, what are you doing?
What are you doing over here?
Yes. What are you doing over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like shot her in the foot, so to speak.
Yes.
It's like, all right, you can do this, but people are going to see you coming.
Yeah. They need to know you're coming.
Yeah.
Now we can get to, now that we've got all of the great politicalness of this show out the way, we can just, even though all of this stuff is happening in the show, yes, it is still one of the most outlandish, out of control, ridiculously crazy shows ever.
Every time, every season so far, they do stuff. And I'm not talking about later in the season. I'm talking like right from the beginning.
No, right from the beginning.
Right from the beginning, where you're sitting there going like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like,
because dude multiplying himself and giving himself pink eye, I laughed hysterically.
That was
crazy. It was disgusting, but
God,
it was everything.
It was crazy.
You would come to expect from the boys.
When they showed that scene in the sauna, I kept looking. I said, "Wait a minute, is that all the same guy?"
It's all him.
And then I said, "Oh snap! He can multiply himself." And then when he came in, was doing that, dude. And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of nasty." But okay, but I could see it.
Yeah. And then he was like, "Is that Pink Eye?" And then when Frenchie said, "Get away from me, Pink Eye,"
Yeah.
I lost it. I lost it. I loved him. You know, people kept saying that Mother's Milk, they kept thinking he was recasted because he cut his beard off.
That's what he did. I kept looking at. I kept saying, and he looks like he lost a little. He trimmed down.
Yeah, like he trimmed down and he cut his face and he cut his facial hair. I'm like, y'all mean to tell me that Laz Alonso cut his beard?
And and everybody thought no.
And that right there made me completely understand why people didn't know Clark Kent was Superman.
Yeah.
That's the only argument you need to understand why people did not know Clark Kent was Superman.
I didn't know people didn't know that was.
Yes, people thought they recasted him.
Once he started talking, I knew it was him. I was like,
he still sounds the same.
Because he still sounds the same.
He still sounds the same.
Exactly.
Because Laz Alonso been sounding like Laz Alonso his whole acting career.
His
entire acting career. He always sounds like that.
So it never even occurred. I just looked at him and said, "Oh, he looks like he trimmed down, and he's like more lean. Not like he's smaller.
Yeah,
he's just more lean now than he was bulky. He was bulky before, but now he's like more lean. So again, he looks a little slimmer.
That's all he did.
But that was all.
He slimmed down and he cut his beard. Now, that's not a decision I would ever make. I don't know why people ever make that decision.
But
because all I wanted since I was little was to grow a beard.
Oh.
I cut this beard off one time and instantly
you regretted it?
Regretted it.
Really?
Instantly regretted it. Like after I did it, I skipped the barber for like a good month.
Until it grew back in?
Until it grew back and it said cut it down so it was all even. Because I kept like a chin strap. And then I was like, I don't like this. I miss my beard. So I was like, nah, cut it down, make it all even. We growing this back. And never. Only thing that happens to my beard now is it get lined up on the outside and he trim it to make sure it's growing even. That's it. But that's it. But I couldn't believe that people did not know that was still. I'm like, he looks the same.
No, he still looks the same.
He still looks the same.
He looks the same.
He literally just, and it's not even like he cut everything off.
No.
He still has the same thick mustache. He just cut his beard. Literally just cut his beard.
There's nothing else different.
Nothing else different.
That you would look at and
it made me completely understand Superman and why no one ever knew that though all he did was take his glasses off and give himself a little S curl in the front. No one was able to tell that it was Clark Kent. But that's fine. But The Boys is back.
Yeah,
and
back
better than ever.
Yes, yes. Go back if you have not watched those 3 episodes yet, and you are a fan. Well, first of all, if you're a fan, you've already seen it. You've already seen it. But if you're not a fan,
go back and watch The Boys.
Go back and go. Or if you're putting this on a list. And it's low on your list,
raise it up. Now, I must say this. If you are not fond of over-the-top violence, blood, and or nudity,
no, don't watch it.
Maybe skip this.
Yeah,
maybe skip this.
But actually, I've always said that from day one. From day one.
If that's not really your cup of tea,
if you
skip it.
And it's just in case this is your first season watching it, I'll say what I say every new season they've had. It is not for kids.
Oh, definitely not.
It is not.
It's like Deadpool on steroids.
Yeah, it is not for kids. It's
like Deadpool on steroids. Yeah. Like The Boys makes Deadpool look PG.
Yeah. For real. It's like you'll see some you're gonna if you have not watched it, if you have children that you might think about allowing them to watch it again, I would surely and sorely advise you watch it yourself first.
Yes,
I guarantee you're like no.
Yeah, no, don't do that if you got kids. No, it's not for kids.
It's not for kids.
It's not for kids. It's not for kids.
This is not Superman and Batman.
No.
This is not the Justice League.
No. Hold on. There is this picture. I screenshotted it for you because from one crazy ridiculous show to another, we don't have to spend long on it because we don't know much other than season 2 is coming soon.
Okay.
Peacemaker is going to have a different dance number for the opening for season 2.
For those who may not know, that is my favorite opening for a show.
Yes, I saw that and I screenshotted it because I said I'm going to see him later and he must know this.
Ordinarily you watch a show and you watch the opening once, but you don't watch it every time. Usually you'll fast
Depends
forward.
on the opener.
Yeah, but this opening, it's like. I have rewound it so I could watch it again.
Yeah, see, and I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I watched that intro once and said, I never want to see this again. I never want to watch that again.
I love the opening to the
now because season 2,
they're doing a new one.
They're doing a new opening dance number. I'm gonna watch that once.
You don't think you'll?
And I'll see how I feel.
Okay, see how you feel.
I'll see how I feel. I might, because don't get me wrong, the song was great.
Oh yeah, the song is killer.
But the dance number, I said I never want to see this again. Never want to see this again.
It is now, mind you, it is the most horrific dancing you've ever seen in
life. It's not good at all.
It is. There is nothing about that you look at it as like, hey. They move pretty good.
Yeah,
sometimes you see people dance or you get them a good choreographer, and you look at them and say, "Oh, okay, they got some moves."
It's like no, they let them freestyle this.
No, there. You will watch this and you're like, they should never ever dance again.
Yeah. That's how I felt. But I'm gonna watch it once. We'll see.
Okay, you gotta show me that picture.
Yeah. Well, no, there's no pictures yet. I just screenshotted the announcement.
Oh, that they're gonna do
that they're gonna so that you would know that this is happening.
When does the new season start? Have they said it? Have they said anything about when it's starting?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Okay.
You know what I didn't send you yesterday, but I did want to talk about?
What?
Have you watched The Acolyte?
Yes. Yeah, and I meant the same thing. Meant to tell you to put that on the list.
Did you watch The Acolyte?
Yeah, I did. Did you like it?
I
liked it.
I don't know.
I liked it. I'm kind of feeling it. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling
I'll tell you one thing. They could have kept this whole third episode.
You didn't like the third episode?
No. I didn't. It didn't answer anything for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like nothing in there was a question that I had.
No.
That got answered for me.
Okay. It wasn't any major question I had, but it was just good for me. Just again,
as far as
character building.
Yeah.
Letting me know, all right, well, where did these two, the twin girls, where did they come from?
Yeah.
Who are they? Give you a little bit more insight because they had mentioned that their parents had been killed by the Jedi. Yes. And so I said, well, they got to tell that story because it obviously had an effect on one of them, not both of them.
Right.
But it had a major effect on one of them because she's going around now killing all the Jedis who were involved.
And if we're being honest, the third episode it raised more questions.
Yeah.
For me, because I said, okay, all they did was show up, say, hey, something's fishy, give both daughters the test. The one daughter said, I want to go with y'all. Sis said, nah, you can't go, and I'm going to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
And so you're mad at the Jedi for what?
Yeah.
You are the reason. You are the cause.
I'm not mad at
of literally all your pain.
You're exactly.
You're the cause of all your pain.
This is all on you, unless we have not seen something. That's something you're getting to reveal that we have not seen yet.
You're the cause because it's like, bro, she was mad at Torben, right? She wanted to kill him. He's been in like a stasis over whatever happened with her and has wanted retribution. I'm like, bro was the victim of that encounter.
Yeah.
Now, if there's another encounter later on, I think we need to hurry up and get there too.
And get there so we can.
We need to hurry up and get there too.
And so that we can move on with the story.
Because none of what happened should make you want to kill any Jedi.
No.
You are solely responsible for everything that happened to you.
That was all on you. So it's like so I'm interested now, even more so. Let's see what happened. How did that play out? Where they quote unquote killed your parents.
Yeah.
And killed probably a lot of those other. They call themselves witches, on how they also killed all. And so it was really interesting. It's like, so you call them witches, but were they really witches, or were they untrained Jedi?
I don't think they're witches. I think that they're only called witches because they're going against. Like, they both use the Force.
Yes,
very clear. They are both Force users.
Both sides are using the Force.
Only difference is, y'all using them one for very different purposes.
Yes.
And very different. It's honestly, right? It's like the Jedis are like Baptists and the witches are like Pentecostal.
Go ahead. I'm sure some Pentecostal people would beg to differ with you.
I only said that because that was just the first opposite religion that like popped in my head. Because it's like, bro, y'all both at your core
you're doing
believe the same principles.
Thing.
At your core, you both believe the same principles.
Yes.
Only difference is y'all believe like certain things happen over here, and then the Jedi believe certain things happen over here, and then the witches believe certain things happen over here. Like on both sides.
Yes.
And like we've learned that both things have happened to both sides. We learned that Anakin was born of the Force, from the Force, and by the Force through a woman. We learned in this episode that the twins were born of the Force.
Yep.
Like somebody manipulated the Force to create life in both instances. So please explain to me how you are so much different.
Because what happens is, you also heard that one of the lines that was given was the one of the two mothers. One carried them, and the one who carried them, she said to the other, she said, and you don't want the Jedi to find out how that happened. In other words, how I was able to conceive the twins. She said, you don't want them to find that out.
No, and that's only because they, they probably wouldn't agree on the matter.
Oh, no.
And because they are
would not.
the superpower. I think that's what I am, if I'm being honest, most disappointed about with this show is that when I found out we were getting Old Republic Jedi.
Okay.
I thought it would be more focused on that and not so much this story where the old Jedi Order is like attached and weaved into it.
Yeah.
I thought we was like strictly getting
the new Jedi.
No, because I've always wanted to see Jedi in their prime.
Okay.
Like when the Jedi Order was in their prime and like when they used to run it, like how, like, when things that happened, when it was very strict, very, by the book, when they had like complete outfits and, things like that.
And it was almost like a religion.
Yes.
They were almost like the, what's the word I'm looking for? They were almost like the priests.
Yes.
Of the Force.
Yes. So I was very, I thought we were going to get that. I thought, we were going to take that into, because I need to know how they lost. Like how y'all lose, like so bad. Because when we got to by the time 4, 5, and 6 came out, they were already like almost non-existent.
Yeah, they were scattered.
They were like pretty much non-existent.
Yeah,
like all we ever heard about was Obi-Wan and Yoda.
Do they? And I don't remember off the top of my head. They never really deal with that about why the Jedi were
no. And that is what I thought we were getting in this series.
And we may get, and they may get to that. They may kind of get to that.
Yeah. I thought, that is where things were going to focus on. I'm like, because I need to know how y'all lost. Like, how y'all lose to where like, because even by the time we got to episode 1, it is very clear that the Jedi Order has a very loose grasp of like rule left.
Yes.
By the time we get to episode 1, whereas like at one point they were it.
Yeah.
At this point they are Judge, Druid, and Executioner.
Yeah, they are it. And kudos to Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah. I'm so glad, right? Because when she was in the first episode, and spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it yet, she dies, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
what?
I was sitting there, I was like, you had Carrie Ann Moss and you let her die in the first episode?
I was like, nah.
Like
that kind of pissed me off.
I was like, wait a minute. We had Carrie Ann Moss and you let her die in the first episode?
I was like, nah.
And if we're being honest, right? She seemed, maybe it's because I've seen all that she can do in The Matrix, right?
Yeah.
This isn't the same series for me.
No.
But even as a Jedi, she seemed way too cool to be killed like she was killed.
Yeah.
Like that was way too easy for you. Like she seemed like she should be way too powerful.
Yeah.
Like she could be able to stop like the knife that you threw at old boy and keep you from killing her.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah. And clear the room.
Right. Like if you're being honest about it,
if she was going to be a Jedi, it would be that kind of Jedi.
That kind of Jedi.
Yeah.
Like Kylo Ren on his first go out was able to stop a blaster. A blaster from a spaceship. Not from a handgun. From a spaceship. And if we're being honest, he ain't all that trained in the Jedi ways. It is very clear by like that botch fight that him and Rey kept having. It's like giving kids guns and just watching them see how well they can shoot each other. Still some of the worst Jedi fighting with lightsabers I've ever seen. You can't give me Anakin versus Obi-Wan and then go to give me Kylo Ren versus Rey.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm happy she's not, well, she is dead.
She is dead.
But we are seeing more of her.
Yeah.
In the series, which I'm okay with.
Because they're doing like flashbacks.
Yes. Because she's in a whole bunch of flashbacks. Yeah. I don't think they should have killed her though, because she's too cool. She's way too cool.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, it's Carrie Ann Moss. I was like, oh heck.
Yeah.
She's a Jedi master. I was like,
I'm like, that's great. Like she's just,
and then the next thing,
she looks like she fits well too. Like she should have been in Star Wars as a Jedi master.
Yeah. And next thing you know, she's dead.
And then she's dead.
I'm like, what? What kind of madness is this?
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that.
Nah.
You don't kill Carrie Ann Moss as a Jedi.
Not in the first episode.
Not in the first episode. You let her go ham. It would have been cool if she died in the end of the first season.
There you go. She dies at the end of the first season, not the first episode.
Not the first episode.
No.
Not at all, man. It's just...
Now that I had a problem with.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of interested to see where this story goes.
I'm gonna watch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, this last episode did not tank. It did lessen my interest.
Really?
In this show as a whole. But not enough to be like,
I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm not gonna watch it anymore.
Gotcha.
Because at the end of the day, it's Star Wars. And I am a fan. I have been a fan for as long as I can remember. Since they were replaying, I think it was like for the 25th anniversary or something, they were replaying episode 4 in theaters, and my dad took me to see it as a kid to go see episode 4. And ever since then, I have been a fan.
Yeah.
Now, as a fan, I have a question. In episode 6, when at the end, when Luke looks off to the side,
okay, he
sees Yoda, he sees Anakin, and he sees Obi-Wan.
Okay.
I think it's just, Obi-Wan, I don't think he sees, I don't know. Yes, he might see Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, Yoda, Anakin. They have now switched it, as I said.
Yeah, you had told me about that
to
before.
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
As I watched it the other day, I said, why, if they changed him, did they not change Obi-Wan? Why is Obi-Wan not Ewan McGregor?
Okay.
If we switching things.
Yeah, if you're gonna switch it.
If we're gonna switch things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not,
Yeah. But Obi-Wan is still there.
He's still there.
But it's what's his name? The other actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the actor from the original actor.
Yeah. Of the Obi-Wan when we first saw Obi-Wan, the old Obi-Wan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why is that not the same for everybody?
That's a good point. I never noticed that they had switched it. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only way you get to see the original guy is if you have a version of physical media before they switched it. Like if you go by episode 6 now, it's too late.
Really?
Yeah, it's too late. If you watch it on Disney Plus, it's too late. They switched it, and you're not going to get that back. But if you were like me, and you bought your Blu-ray set a while ago, you are safe.
I may have that. I got to look.
Yeah, you are safe.
I may have that.
You will get an older version of Anakin.
Okay. Because I have the box. I have the box set of all the films. Yeah. But it may be the newer. It might be the newer.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not. I mean, it's not like a big deal. Because the more Star Wars that comes out, it's all been Hayden Christensen. Every time we've seen time we've seen Anakin, it's been Hayden Christensen. So he's kind of there now.
Yeah.
Which I'm not mad at because as I've grown up, you've learned he was great as Anakin. He was fantastic as Anakin.
Okay. I'm still. You know what? No, I've gotten used to him.
Okay.
But when I first saw.
Oh, most people when I first saw Anakin, they hated him.
I hated him.
Yeah.
I hated him. I'm like, oh God, I hate his portrayal of Anakin. I really.
Yeah. He's had his comeback.
Yeah.
He had a rebrand like Brussels sprouts.
It took me a while, and so now I don't. I'm not like his biggest fan, but I can watch him. I can. Okay. Without saying, oh, he annoys me. He to me he was like a. Everybody talks about Jar Jar Binks, but I'm like, you just I was like, I don't know.
Oh no, they were the two most hated things to come from the original. They were the most hated things to come out of episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, it was like
Anakin Skywalker and Jar Jar Binks were the most hated things. And as I watched episode 1 recently just because it was on, and I agree, bro. Like Jar, it's like a slap in the face. Like
I just ignore the fact that
it's so bad.
Yeah, I just ignore Jar Jar Binks. Period.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't. No, you don't exist to me. Even when they.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I noticed too, in watching episode 1 again. In the original episode 1, when the pod race is happening, the announcers both spoke English.
Okay.
When you watch it now,
they're talking.
Only one of the announcers speak English. The other announcer speaks a different dialect.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. They changed. I noticed that too. And watching it, I was like, wait a minute. This leads me to a topic I didn't send you, but I really want to talk about the importance of physical media.
Okay.
Versus leaving it to streaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like, fam, why? Why would you do that? Why would you have one person speak English? Like, if that's the case, nobody should be speaking English. One, if you're not on Earth, why are we speaking English?
Yeah.
Why anybody speaking English? If it's a long time ago in a galaxy far away, why is anyone speaking English? The whole thing should be in subtitles.
Subtitles, yeah.
Whole thing should be subtitles.
Yeah.
But I've grown recently. This is all new. This is all recent to just understand the importance of keeping physical media instead of just waiting for it to hit streaming. One, because you get to preserve it in a moment in time, and if something changes,
if they change something,
and you don't like the change, you will still have it the way you got it, viewed it, and loved it.
Well, we had that conversation before where they were literally, and well, not literally, because they're literally doing it now, where they have gone back to some movie classics and have changed some scenes because some of them they've considered it not being politically correct now, and so they have changed.
Yeah,
they have literally gone on. They've gone on I guess by virtue of streaming or whatever. But they have literally gone on and changed, taken scenes out. And so what if you buy the media, if you watch it on certain, depending on what stream you watch it on, scenes that you're familiar with and you remember.
They won't be there.
They won't be there.
They won't be there.
They won't be there because again they said that the scenes were offensive. Matter of fact, Disney even in some of their movies,
yes,
they changed some, but they not only did this, and the ones that they didn't change,
there's a whole notice.
They put like
there's a whole disclaimer in the beginning. I watched that the other day when I watched the Aristocats. This is a disclaimer apologizing for the racism in the Aristocats.
What part of racist of what was it? What scene?
I don't know. I watched the whole movie and I said I don't see what you're talking about, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You apologize. It's different. You're not going to change. You said you're not going to change it, but you're apologizing for it.
Well, yeah.
And I'm like, but what exactly?
And I think what Disney did is certain movies maybe they just couldn't change or without ruining the continuity of the movie. So for those movies, they put the disclaimer in. So, all right, well, you can watch this, but we're putting in a disclaimer that, we're an apology that this is not who Disney is, blah, blah, blah. This was just whatever. And, we apologize. If we find this offensive.
Yeah.
And I guess also to give you a chance to decide whether or not you want to watch it or not.
So I'm pretty sure if I put the movie on.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
I put the movie. I didn't put the movie on, and then you send the disclaimer and be like, you know what? I had no idea that this was racist at all. You know what? I had no idea that this was offensive, and you know what? Now I'm not going to watch this film. No.
Now I'm going to watch it because I want to see what you're talking about.
If I'm watching a classic Disney film, it's because it's a film that I have loved since I was a child, and now I want to watch it again.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So that's all that is.
So,
but physical media is very important.
Yeah.
It is still very important for that purpose, and sometimes it looks better. You would think that with streaming, the content would look clearer and better. But sometimes you pop in a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start now. I'm gonna go start 4K Blu-rays. I'm gonna start buying those. Go back to buying like Marvel properties and like good films that I should have on Blu-ray. Like I'm gonna go buy Oppenheimer. And I don't have Mad Max on like a physical copy of Mad Max Fury Road.
I have a physical copy. I have a physical copy and a digital copy.
Yeah, I have the digital copy for Fury Road, but I want the physical copy. Yeah, because that's just one of my favorite movies of all time. I still haven't gone to see Furiosa. I'm kicking myself about it. Yeah. I'm upset.
I missed it in the theaters.
That it tanked. It tanked.
Oh, it didn't do well.
No, because it didn't make $5 million. Like it didn't make $700 million open weekend. It was considered a fail at the box office, and literally the week after, like 75% of theaters removed it.
They don't get you don't get it. It's just like,
what are we doing?
Shoot your best shot. You don't get.
You're not even giving. You're not giving it a chance.
No,
they're not getting a first chance. No. What do you mean if I don't make if I don't make $800 million the first weekend, it's considered.
It's considered
a failure. Bro, give it a chance.
Yeah, it's considered a failure, and then they will start pulling it from. You'll be able to find it, but you won't be able to find it.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, as easily. And I'm like, fam, I'm upset because of the lack of success with Furiosa, the next Mad Max movie is now put on hold.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm like, but I'm almost positive, I haven't seen it yet, but if Furiosa is anything like Fury Road, it's a masterpiece.
Yes. Give it again.
That just didn't get the chance. It got choked.
Yeah.
And killed.
Yes.
Before it got the chance to breathe and grow legs.
Yep. They were
like before it got its chance to shine, you snuffed it right out.
They were abort the mission.
Like what are we doing here? Can we please go back to giving movies a chance outside of Marvel films?
Yeah.
Like stop expecting every movie to be a Marvel film.
Yeah. And to bring in that and then now the goal, since they've seen that it is possible, will that with a movie like Barbie, which is $1 billion grossing movie, over $1 billion, since they have seen that is possible.
Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm saying.
That every movie should be that.
And we can't do that because Barbenheimer was a special.
That was something special.
I watched it on a different podcast recently. I agree. I was talking to a coworker about it, and we both agree. If Barbie and Oppenheimer did not come out at the same time, if they were not slated to come out at the same time on the same day, neither movie does the box office numbers that it does.
Yes.
Neither movie.
Yeah. Because even my wife said, she's like, who wants to see? I said that when I found out they were making Oppenheimer, I was like, who wants to see this? But then when we finally saw it, I was like, oh my God, this was a great movie.
It was a really great movie.
It was a great movie. When we went to see it, it was like, this movie is great.
But if neither movie was attached to each other, neither movie gets
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
Neither
movie gets $1 billion. Neither movie gets the ticket sales that it got. Neither movie gets the press that it got. If I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Barbie doesn't get nominated for Best Picture if it is not attached to Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer might have, because that's just one of those obscure movies like the rest of the movies in that category.
Yeah. Oppenheimer was destined to be.
Yeah, it was going to get nominated. I don't think Oppenheimer wins Best Picture.
Yeah.
If it wasn't attached to Barbie. But it definitely gets nominated. I don't think Barbie gets nominated for Best Picture if it's not attached to Oppenheimer.
Yeah. The whole thing was the fact that it almost became like a contest kind of thing.
Yeah, it became a once in a lifetime phenomenon.
Yeah. They won't. It's
not gonna happen again because they tried it with they tried to do it again with what Paw Patrol.
Yeah, it was
and Saw.
Yeah,
because the Paw Patrol movie and Saw, I think it's like 10.
Saw 10. It was Saw 10.
Yeah, those came out on the same day, and they tried to get that to happen again. And do you remember either movie coming out in theaters?
Neither.
I don't remember either movie coming out in theaters.
Next thing you know, I looked at what the Paw Patrol movie was already.
It was on Paramount.
Paramount.
Yes.
So it was almost like straight to video.
It was a once in a lifetime thing. It's not going to happen again. So I think we just need to give, and we've said this on multiple podcasts, and we're going to say it again. Give movies a chance.
Especially with the summer movies getting ready to come out. Give them a chance.
Give them a chance. Now again, Bad Boys 4. Let's go. Let's go. That movie was great. It is incredible. They are already talking 5. I will watch 10 Bad Boys movies.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Again, I can see.
No, I only say that because I don't think I've already said this. I don't think the Fast movies should have gotten as many movies as they've gotten.
Yeah.
But I will watch. If they keep going with Bad Boys,
I would go.
I'm gonna keep going.
I would go. I'm
gonna keep going.
You know,
because it's a thing for me and Will, because it feels like they got us on the big screen.
Okay.
Like, it feels very much just like watching each other on, like, it's just like especially like some of the, like, the dynamic that Will and Martin have. It's very much
you and Will,
me and Will.
Okay.
So, he hit me up once the movie was announced and we bought tickets and was like, yes, we are going to go see this together, you and I. And that is exactly like, because for me personally, I saw all of the Bad Boys films with him.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see the first 2 in theaters, but because of him, I watched the first 2, and then we went and saw the 3rd one and the 4th one in theaters.
I've seen all of them in theaters, so I want to see this one on the big screen.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like, come on now,
you gotta give these movies time.
Give them time.
Give them time.
Because you can't be mad that your favorite movie theaters is closing when y'all not giving movies a chance to garner an audience, to, grow a fan base, to let word of mouth do its thing.
Yep.
And spread so that more people go see these films. You got to let them do their thing.
Gotta give them chance, time. Like it was a fine wine. You got to give it a chance to breathe.
Yes, you got to give it a chance to breathe.
Just open it up and just drink.
Yeah, because that's what happened with It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
What is now considered a Christmas classic was considered a flop when it first came out.
Yep. So
I bet you they kicking them. Well, they're not kicking themselves because they're all dead.
But But you think
they would be.
Yeah, and you think they would have learned their lesson and said
you would think, right?
You would think that they would learn their lessons and said that, you know what, we got to give movies an opportunity to be seen,
but
and to us, like you said, establish an audience. Give word of mouth time to get around.
Yes, but hopefully they get a chance. But this was fun.
This was good. This was good.
This was fun. I was right. That is very. My throat is very dry now.
Yeah,
because
mine too.
The more of that I drank, the drier it got. Never notice out there. Never drink lemonade when you're recording a podcast.
Not if you got to talk.
Yeah, never drink lemonade when you got to talk. It's not good. It's not good at all. This was a bad idea. It's a very bad idea.
Yeah, when I came in and saw you sitting there, so I was sitting there. So is that tea? I thought it might have been green tea or something.
No, it was an iced peach tea lemonade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite drinks from Starbucks. Oh, while we're at it, real quick before we go, I just want to we got to give a shout out to the gang from the team. Shout out to Juju. Who graduated 8th grade and is headed to high school. Oh, I'm so old.
Yeah, well, imagine how I feel.
Oh, I'm so old. Yes, he is headed to high school.
High school. Oh my God.
So congratulations to him.
Congrats, sir.
The sky is the limit,
yeah,
and
we're expecting great things.
Great things. But yeah, this was fun, y'all. And until the next one, we out.
We out.
Later.